Ember. It should still be fine.
Heal up Fada. Meanwhile, mid lane, no one getting very low fairy fires.
No, this is dangerous.
Oh my god. Both heroes just on absolutely nothing. As bottom lane, they are going to be able to find the kill onto Pasha. So action happening all over the freaking place.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're going to be out of mana once again here, but no one in the mid comes back, gets the harassment and his salve delivered, and he's right back.
19-5 versus 17-3. It's the type of matchup that it feels like if there was a
Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh.
No, I like that. No one with the respect tip.
That's good.
Very well done. That's the positive reinforcement our community needs.
Definitely. Man, and that's something, it's a big moment. You can tell that both players respect each other a hell of a lot there. 2-2. It's just about 1,000 gold lead.
I think it's actually just the anti-tilt factor. Like, you tip him first, just like pretending that all that moment really is you being like, yeah, no, it was a really good play. Like, no, yeah, go ahead, tip me after I tipped you. You know, it's preventative. Oh, and we got a little replay here too.
Jeez, and both times just a little sidestep there. He might have been outside of the range, but
yeah, no one thinking that he might have had it. But back in the main game, you see there was a little bit of drop there, but who 100% crit?
I guess the other thing too is that like even the skeletons, they do a lot. These heroes obviously range, they can't make use of a stout shield. So all of those little hits will add up really quickly.
Very nice little pickup for them. However, okay, Pup wanders mid. Hasterum was left behind him though.
Mid one, second trap is there, gonna be applied. They do have an illusion rune and the Battle of Bruin, they get the chains off. And Pendant's the right clicks. He's trying to run away yet again. They do have the haunt coming in. They find the kill. Mid one goes down yet again, and now Ramses gonna get back towards the top lane. Roger and Ramses, duo.
Yeah, they're just trying to get some farm going for Fada and YapzOr. It's scared out here by Roger. But he won't even stay leech. He's a busy man. He's got places to be. Gonna wander back over into the bottom half of the jungle. Maybe put some pressure on that bottom lane, or even just a Puppy. If he shows here, he's only level 3. Hellbear and a Centaur. I think Puppy might just be food here.
Although they are bringing in the Ember now.
No one is not there. He's
backing up. That was probably the good play.
Bit of a tease from Roger, I guess, in the end.
Mid one brought his own sentry out also, so he makes sure that they aren't going to be sitting under any traps any longer, as it is still 3-4, about a 1,000 gold lead into the favor of Virtus.pro. Mid lane, mid one pushing it out and going for the chains, just keeping the refraction that's is off of him.
Yeah. Roger's just bullying. He just comes into the neutrals there and he's just zoning out Fada. So Fada's not up near the wave. He can't even farm his own jungle. He's pointing to where the ward is from Roger, and he's correct, but Roger's just staying. He's not going anywhere. What does Fada do? He's starting to fall behind his other two cores. Just has to abandon their top lane. This is a Spectre. Look how much space Spectre. Where's the closest Radiant hero? He's down here. Spectre owns all this.
That's kind of crazy. This is the perfect game. And again, first pick Spectre. Like, this is exactly what you want out of this hero. It's going to be a very tough time for Secret to try and get back into this. And again, it's not as if they're that far behind right now, but you anticipate being ahead, particularly with an Undying in your game.
Yeah, and so the question that, you know, we beg to answer is, like, what are they getting in return? So they're getting some gold on top of this gyrocopter, getting some levels on the IO, and that's going to put some pressure onto these relocate plays in combination with mid one. He's going to have to be very active. Maybe he can try and get in towards some bots and kind of play a bit greedier, not have to stop by for treads and everything.
I mean, I guess it should also be noted that we've seen this before. The other game, Aggressive, was playing on the gyrocopter, and he was able to get absolutely out of control. Because when you combo it together with the IO, you get those late game talents, and IO does become a damage dealer. And we've seen Yapzor get there as well. So it's not like it's a foregone conclusion that if it's late game, it's just over, but Spectre's scary.
Yeah. But even Fada coming in now, Roger's just leeching some of this experience, hanging around. And that is something that Yapzor especially desperately needs. You know, you want to get to level 10, you want to get the talent. And look at that damage even.
Every time. They just run up to him, and obviously, the TP's coming in now. They want to try and get this kill. The root, it does connect. And that will be a dead Roger, as they will take all of the creeps with them.
All right. Did not get unlucky with the 3 units being there. That could have been bad.
That would have been tragic. You make that many rotations and you don't even find the kill onto the Chen. Feels real bad.
So now Ace has made his way up top. Does not currently have a point in the ultimate, but just hit 8, so it is available. He wants to slap one in there, maybe hold it for a bit. And then the question is, like, what is Pasha doing in this game? You know, you get this off-lane Shadow Demon. The nuke potential is absolutely absurd. He's currently thinking about going in towards a Spirit Vessel after his Urn. And then the Aghanims has been a pretty standard item for the hero too, but initiation onto Ramsey, but they can't really chase.
Yeah, not
so low, and look, they can't even commit for that.
Yeah, it really hurts. No level 6 on Fata. They might have gone for it then.
For sure.
And even if they didn't, they have Haunt available, which, by the way, bottom lane, they could think about popping this one onto Puppey, who is just standing there and taking it. They TP in the gyrocopter, and it looks like Puppey will live through that initiation.
Yeah, raindrops to the rescue on that one.
Top lane Ace is here again. Yeah, you'd love to be able to see some more pressure, but not having the levels on that gyrocopter, the hero that's supposed to be getting active early.
Okay, mid one's here with an arcane rune though, and he's ready to go in. They know they got to make plays here.
He is in really deep. He doesn't have another remnant out. They've got him caught. Solo's level 6, mid one. Just ran into hell and is going to get punished.
Yeah, he definitely overestimated the arcane rune. He's like, yeah, it'll be fine. And then he didn't even up for Ebola.
Oh, wow. And then Ramses is back also. He's going to get sent back home and then can TP back to a lane, just keeping up that main efficiency. VP are firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, they really are. They've been looking extremely good in both these games.
Ace, top lane. Got the pendants down. They're back again. You miss me? Ramsey is here. And even though the skeletons are coming out, it's just going to be more food.
And there's no relocate yet because they don't have these levels. Oh, they just got it on Yapzor, actually. All right, and they have the call down. This might be their moment.
This is the turnaround here as well. They do have the tombstone back up in 5 seconds as well. If they can kill off Ramses the first time, it could be solid as Pasha is going to get stunned. The missile connects onto Ramses, but there isn't any more follow-up.
Oh, it's so close. That was like the perfect moment. They had just got it from the Ancients and from mid, but they still can't follow up with a kill. Could have been so huge for Team Secret. And now with them relocating back, they're going to smoke up and go on the aggressive, hunting Puppey.
I mean, he does have a level 3 tombstone. This is some scary stuff, and he got it off before the disruption is there. So the double change, the initiation for mid one. Ramses is in the middle of all of this. This is a bold move by the Spectre, almost dead, but knows his limits, and mid one goes down again.
They didn't fight in the tombstone.
Oh, the play comes out. Ace still living here, and they are going to clean up at least the rest of these heroes.
That's huge. They got no one with Yapzor. That is absolutely massive.
Yeah, and they don't have another missile here, so Solo should be able to escape. But it's still not Ramses. A big win for Secret. It's what they needed.
They absolutely desperate. You know, it's too bad that it's mid one going down because he is going for that big purchase into the Boots of Travel. But the gold spread across everyone else. I mean, you're looking at 300 on Puppey, 339 onto Yapzor, 327 onto the Wraith King, and then 271 onto the Gyro. And you can see it right there too. I like the way they backed up, right? Like, they get out of the Tombstone range and then they try and go for the fight because they know they're committed. But Ramses and no one, they both go inside, and the damage just quite isn't fast enough after mid one dies.
Yeah, and if they don't get this no one kill, it's so tragic.
Yeah.
But they do manage to pick that one up there, and well, are able to turn it back around after mid one goes down. So.
I like that Puppy had the 6 for that too, with the flash golem. Like he didn't. Sometimes you'll see Undying skip it, but he just ensured he had it at level 6 because they found a perfect fight for it with that damage amp, and he was right on top of that TA to ensure that the kill happened.
TP in here actually from the Shadow Demon, who's going to go for the disruption. They
have excellent
damage amplification as well. They have the Haunt out. Ace, have you gone too far, my friend? Does not have his ultimate up. The long cooldown at level 1, and he gets punished. Now the glimpse back. They caught Fata as well. He's out of mana. He's out of time. Fata's dead.
That was the old 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and we're suddenly right where we were.
Oh, and the tower deny. Salt in the wounds.
God. Oh no, I didn't think it could get worse. At the very least, it is space mid lane for mid one, but oh no, he's got that defeatist attitude going on. He no longer has bots queued up. Oh, I gotta fight. I can't do it, guys.
I mean, he is actually still saving the gold, so there's a chance that if things go well in the next couple of minutes, he can make that change up, but particularly with this rotation now, and they save Static Storm. Mid one in some trouble. Yapzor is here for the relocate, but they could potentially break that one after the fact, and they do glimpse him back into it. So much damage, it can't come quickly enough, and Fata trying to make something of nothing. As Roger's taking a lot of damage. Hand of God comes out solo. Get in Dove as well under the tower. Secret just wanting to run at him, but they again lose mid one.
Yeah, at the very least, they kind of knew what was happening, right? They're trying to protect their Ember Spirit, but a lot of vision down from Virtus.pro, and even though they didn't use a relocate, at least they're able to get a couple kills back. Well, not a couple, the 1 kill in the Chen. So, mid one once again, just throwing the body, sacrificing a bit for the team. As Pasha TP's down bottom to the Ancients with his Spectre. Oh, he has to go to the Secret Shop. Okay, fair enough. Wasn't sure if they were trying to set up a play here or what, but he's going to end up shadowing his Spectres. It looks like they'll be pushing into this tower. And Ramsey's very aggressively goes for these blade mail at the side shop.
Okay. It's you know, a very common pickup, I would say, amongst Spectres, but oftentimes if you have that good at a game, you just end up going for the Radiant. This speaks to what Virtus.pro want to do. Just keep dealing with the aggression that's coming from Secret.
There's a lot of uncontrollable damage here too from the Radiant. Just between like the Gyrocopter and the Ember Spirit, where you can't really do much other than hurt yourself if the blade mail's active.
Well, and obviously burning through the Flame Guard, which is the defensive thing that mid one has.
Yeah, exactly. It'll just reflect it right back.
They have another Static Storm in 5 seconds. Mid one sees some heroes. God, if he's going right into this one. Apparently he feels confident being able to take this fight. The rest of the heroes from Secret are in the area. They managed to find the stomp, but still gonna kill off solo.
Yeah, it's a nice play. Could tell that there was no one else there from Virtus.pro. Spectre down bottom, TA in the mid, so. Just got to jump on that disruptor. Even if he threw out the Static Storm, then Ember would have been completely fine, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, and I think that part of it is, too, Secret recognizing, all right, long cooldowns. This is the problem that you run into with Spectre, is not being able to always have Haunt up. It was 20 seconds away at the end of that fight. So trying to take advantage of that timing, and they do need to be a little bit careful now with solo respawning.
Interesting that no one's opted for the Deso first too. Just because it's relatively squishy, I would say, with the IO. Like, that's one of those prime assassination targets you look for when you play, you know, you pick this Weaver or this Clinks or something specifically against it, and so a Blink TA can often fulfill that same role. But instead, he's going to just be relying on the positioning to come out from the Shadow Demon, because you have this offlaner that can kind of set up for fights if anyone's in the wrong spot, and then Disruptor is the other major punishment on positioning in Dota 2. So just relying on the supporting cast here to make sure that no one just walks up, slaps down some damage. And he's even thinking about going straight BKB after.
Wow.
That would be a first. I don't remember the last time I saw a TA completely skip Blink Dagger like that, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of does make sense. Like, with all of the magical damage, what does this lineup of Secret do against BKBs at this early time? You used to have, like, skeletons punching people, right?
Yep.
I guess that Wraith King is starting to get into some damage, too, going for the Armlet. This is what we saw from Sylar yesterday.
Yeah.
Bassi, Armlet, and then into Blink afterwards.
I wonder if his Blade Mail or his Blink... I think he probably needs the Blink. I think he needs to just, like, be up in the face and force them to fight him, kind of a deal. Alright, Shadow Blade, that'll work too. If he's looking for a Silver Edge option here, fair enough. That's very pricey, though, so we'll see if he actually ends up going that way. But for now, with the early Deso, it does mean that you Rosh much faster here. They'll scout it out, they'll put the trap. They're not going to fully commit, though. Disruption save again from Pasha.
Nice play, but Solo's still in trouble, and with the missile on him, will eventually go down.
Very selective about their fight here. Not going to start it with the Haunt. Oh, and Solo actually has no buyback. despite it being only about 250, the true position 6 can't even afford that. If they had it with the Haunt, they could definitely fight. I mean, they're thinking about it without it, but once again, they don't have that mobility from the TA. They kind of know that the buyback's a possibility, though, and in fact, at this point, it's too slow of a Roche for them, so likely just going to end up helping Virtus.pro.
Yeah, see, that's the downside, is that they don't really have a great Roche taker of their own as far as like Medallion pickup yet or anything like a Deso, and so because of that, they're going to have to wait. It does look like mid one ended up going back for the Boots of Travel, and well, there you go. VP just going to walk in and secure themselves the Aegis.
Maybe they also didn't have a sentry or something. I don't know, Puppy's got plenty, but very difficult to take Roche up against TA without sentries.
Fata down to low HP very quickly, but still living through it. They don't quite have enough. Static Storm down onto Puppy. Ramses is taking down the Tombstone, and just like that, Secret need to back out. No Tombstone, no Gyro. The trap was laid down perfectly. Ace gonna walk into everybody. He does have his ultimate up, so he can go down a second time and still be back up here as Roger trying to live. They're still living with the rest of these heroes too.
He held that for so long.
Getting punched, and no one is going to go down, but now mid one has showed up trying to take down this Ember, or rather the Disruptor, and Ace finding the stun onto no one, finding a kill. They are going to be able to bring down the Aegis one time. Can they get it a second? Everybody is so low, and Ramses just wanting to walk into this. He isolates the Absol, but with the right clicks coming in, they are going to kill off no one.
Poppy with the Spirit Vessel too. They'll grab that kill from Pasha. But yeah, no one going down a second time is definitely a big problem. Can they chase further?
I mean, Solo doesn't have Glimpse. They got the hit as well on the missile for Ramses. He does have a missile, or rather a dagger to throw out, and Fata can't chase.
Wow, Virtus.pro, even with an Aegis, yeah, that was very costly. Losing all your momentum, you're kind of a little bit of a chip there for going deeper without being punished too easily. And how about Ace in that team? But after a really rough game on Weaver, I think he's been given a kind of difficult one, and this like Wraith King that kind of has to be like this active brawler type, not really farming all too much. He did almost 4,000 damage to throw out 4 stuns, just constantly active in that engagement, toggling away to provide a lot of damage to the team.
Yeah, and that's the strength, I think, of just this armlet build. It allows you to stay survivable so much longer. Like, I think that Virtus.pro, as we can see here on this fight, we're anticipating taking him down, like, right at the outset. Obviously, they killed off Fata at the beginning.
Yeah, because you want to dodge the Wraith King, right? Like, you want to kill this Gyro. That's perfect start. And then right after that, ideally, you want the IO, but they're slowed down by the Tombstone. Mid one escapes, and then that great TA trap gets popped here, slows down Yapzor and Puppy. But, yeah, Ace just kind of wanders on in. Says, all right, fight me.
He makes himself like, you have to deal with this guy, and no one obviously not capable of chasing that whole way through, doesn't want to dive under the tower, and instead they want to take the Wraith King down.
Yeah, it looks like kind of miscommunication too, like a very split fight from Virtus.pro, where you've got kind of the Shadow Demon Disruptor up top fighting a couple heroes, and then just TA and Spectre on their own. And we talked about how this TA, no Blink Dagger, so not really looking to fight by herself. She's trying to get a little bit of assistance from her allies here. And well, speaking of fights, might have found ourselves another one. Oh, okay. Looks like Ace has, you know, he will help my weak and puny allies where he can. Thank you, Ace, because that's what he did in that last fight. His allies are quite weak and puny.
Is that the only, like, chat line for a hero that's in all caps?
Wraith King's all caps. That's the king, you know, king is capital. You know,
that's fair
enough. He doesn't do anything lowercase his whole life.
What a guy. Oh, man, an interesting build coming out from the Ember Spirit, too. He's going for a Heaven's Halberd, which is an item we've been seeing more and more often nowadays, but this would be the first time I've seen it on an Ember.
A little bit of survivability, very good against Templar Assassin. That's certainly the main reason.
Too. We're about back towards even. I think it was a lot further ahead into the favor of Virtus.pro just a little while ago.
I'm sure it was. Ramses now, because of this Blade Mail first, he's now opting in towards a Manta after. Doesn't really feel like he can go back for Radiance, because then that's going to be at a timing where it's not quite as effective.
Going for the Spectral Dagger cooldown, as we've seen more and more often. One of the nice parts about the Blade Mail gives you that little bit of extra int to deal with it, and obviously the Aquila is going to give you the regen that you need, at least to some degree.
Yeah, and it's a really good Manta game too. With the Wraithfire Blast, you can dodge that, and then you also have the bolas you can escape too.
Look at this Puppy stack taking
that we've got really going. Underrated aspect about Undying. It is pretty costly though, just with your Tombstone being used, but it enables heroes like this Ember Spirit to farm Ancients a lot faster than they can otherwise.
And even
Skeletons, okay. That's just excessive.
Gyrocopter picks up the BKB. Drums on top of that.
Look, he's backstabbing skeletons. Range creep never saw it coming. Ah! They don't know where they're going. These guys just get all over the place.
Oh, they're all gonna die. Rip skeletons. Yeah, that's the Virtus.pro pressure, though, that I mean, I don't think that they need to be as aggressive in this one. At least, like, you've still got that sort of Spectre in your back pocket in a way. It doesn't feel like it's the same rate of farming, at least. But it does feel like if you can hold out this game long enough, Ramses will probably be able to carry you. Yeah,
but it's fighting against the Gyro, so I think it's like just as strong, if not stronger than the Spectre. So I think going late, it should just be a really good game. And Ember Spirit is the X factor because he should be able to control the waves just as well as the Templar Assassin with the traps, but the traps are a lot safer. So if Mid-1 gets caught pushing waves, that's where they get problems. But if he's able to just keep doing this like back and forth with the TA and keep them even that way, then I would give the edge a little bit of Secret. So I do think that this Gyro IO is ridiculous.
All right, Ramses getting his Manta picked up right now, has Haunt available. If they can blow up YapzOr at the beginning of the fight, it would be fantastic, as no one going to get hit by one of the rockets. They're still waiting.
They have the mech on YapzOr. There's still no Glimmer Cape, though, from anyone.
And one does have himself an RF.
Okay.
BKB popping over. They got to take the fight now. They jump in, and with the Haunt out there on top of them, Fada's doing a ton of damage.
Nice soul rip on the tomb.
Down at all. They're keeping it alive. Fada down to low HP, but still living just barely.
So
He's
slow.
able to get away. That trap doesn't do anything at all. Ramses the rocket on him now too, and with nobody dead from Seekend and TA dead, this should be another core picked up.
Undying, ladies and gentlemen. That was ridiculous. No one spent the entire first like 5 seconds of the fight just hitting this tombstone, and Puppy just soul rips it, and you're like, well, we lost. There were zombies everywhere. Did you see no one trying to walk? He was just like running in place. He was on the treadmill trying to chase after Fada, and he just waltzes away, zooming around with his little helicopter.
Yeah, this is a real problem, and the BKB also. Taking the tier 1 tower, and suddenly they're being behind for a while as we see this fight here break out. Secret is a 3,000 gold lead.
It was a bit of an awkward start, right? Like, because so low. And then Ramses as well, just cannot escape. Great catch there from Mid-1. Just one of the best heroes to keep a fight going. Once you get one little kill in a fight like that, Ember will lead your team to victory.
Yeah. The trap does take down the reincarnation from the Wraith King, but he had it up to level 2, so it's already just about 40 seconds away. Up again, and VP.
Oh, there's a ward there though.
This is scary.
They did see Ace, so they're trying to camp behind this Invis rune. And that could actually spell disaster there for Mid-1 if he tries to abuse the Invis that he found.
Playing that safe. I guess they have an inkling that this is where they want to fight. Now they're moving outside of the range of the Sentry Ward as well. But both teams sort of...
Puppy is the bait.
Oh, Ember just jumps in. Okay, the root hits onto those two heroes in particular. They drop down the tombstone. The Static Storm is there as well. Can they kill off Mid-1 in time? He's dropping down very low and is going to fall. Meanwhile, on the back side, they relocate in and take down Pasha with Fata and YapzOr. And as they take down the Chen as well, that's 3 heroes dead for the Ember.
Okay, Fata did his job. He's basically playing Puck this game. And if a Puck can initiate and cause 3 heroes to die, that's fine. Yeah, he can catch them on fire. Oh, sorry, yes, Mid-1's playing Puck this game.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Easy peasy.
I mean, he's died 5 times. Usually when an Ember does that in a game, it's bad. This game, it's working out for him.
Yeah, it is not a big deal.
27 minutes, and the Spectre still looking for the items to dominate these fights. It's a very different style from the Radiance, but the Diffusal Blade, when that comes out, it's another big power spike, because then you can just hone in on one of those heroes with the inhibit.
Yeah. Well, Ace now actually getting some use here out of that Shadow Blade.
Oh my god, and they just tear apart these supports again. The missile is caught onto Ramses. Secret, if they're bold, they could go for it, but just going to instead focus down and hit this tower. They got a catapult. They're here to stay.
Bring in the Skellies.
A lot of damage. And the outspam is there from Pasha if they can start getting these stacks up. They need to be careful about how quickly they're able to get the count towards them, but the missile is going to connect, and that forces Pasha back.
Where's the
tier 3 tower's going down? Where's
my IO tether? Give me my Wraith King Axe. No, but seriously, they get on Pasha now, level 15 on Yapsor, so this tower is going.
BKB trying to fight. The Haunt is out as well. Puppey down low, but the Tombstone is still living throughout all of this. They're fighting to the Tombstone, and no one is being taken down slowly because Fata's on top of them, but they have the Invis that can't get her way, and Spectre's down too. No buyback, 50 seconds, a good send back there to keep TA alive, but they're going to need a miracle to hold this push.
This Tombstone is so, like, you saw the focus, and now there's all these heroes. They're back sustained. They have an IO. Yapsor surviving. All that matters. A buyback now from mid one. Easily back into it for that kill. And I think Secret might have done it here in game 2. They're finally turning on the Jets. I mean, no one can do nothing but try and lay some traps here for the inevitable push that will come to the mid.
Yeah, I mean, the plus side is that VP should have Ramses back up before Secret are ready to sort of barrel down a lane again, as mid one is trying to push this one out. But again, this is going to be a Spectre without Haunt for 100 seconds.
At the very least, these tier 2s should be enough to slow it down for the Haunt. I don't know, depending glyphs and everything. If you're Secret, you should probably go get Roche, right? Like,
yeah,
that fight went really well for you, but they're still kind of scary on the dark side. Oh, another Tombstone here.
Disruption onto Fata. A lot of them drop down. They have the ulti as well. Purging Fata is, well, oh my god, the damage onto Solo. He's just gone again in a second. They have the Blade Mail on Ramses. I don't think he has the HP to survive through this. The chains, it hits right on the edge, and they've caught themselves a Spectre as Ace is going to walk forward, looking for the stun, looking for the kill. Dead again, 50 seconds, no buyback.
Excellent game for mid one. He has been so good on this playmaker. Just, he enables every single fight for them. You know, this is the kind of stuff that no one needed, right? In no one's game, he needs someone who's doing this sort of a play, where he's just grabbing everyone before he hit this Blink Dagger and allowing them to actually fight. But it was not working out for Virtus.pro in that way. Mid one making it so easy for Ace, as well as Fata in this game.
Yeah, and it's a 10,000 gold lead right now for Team Secret, as it has just ballooned up over the past couple of minutes. Their draft is hit in stride, and they're punishing this VP lineup as mid one smells blood, just going to run here at Roger and never stood a chance.
No, zero hope. And they're gonna rotate right on through. IO Gyro, ready with the relocate if they can spot a good fight. I will say they've done a great job making Solo a complete and utter non-factor over the past 15 minutes. You know, he had a pretty strong start. Things were looking good. Some classic Solo Dota. But then the Shadow Blades were coming through. They were just targeting him down. They know how important he is in order to actually bring down mid one, because this is a guy with no true defensive item. He is the Halberd, which in a sense is, but clearly does nothing against control from a Static Storm.
Right.
So the fact that they're eliminating him every single time is very strong. And the other hero that a lot of people are probably going to look towards, if VP don't manage to bring this one back, will be the Shadow Demon. What has he really provided this game from Pasha? He didn't get rich enough to go in towards like this Aghanim Scepter, which obviously looks pretty strong. Even with a 30% XP gain, he's still not up to level 20 or even up to level 25 with the 2 charges of Disruption, which is pretty crazy. I think that they were maybe mainly focused on this idea of like countering out the Wraithfire Blast maybe, and like these, like any sort of single targets that they were going to bring forward, but it has not been that effective.
Yeah. Well, and I think also just Illusion creating the Spectre is always pretty nice as well.
Sure.
But you also didn't go the Radiance build, so you don't get that extra bit of gold income that you might have otherwise for Pasha.
Oh, now no one. Can be forced to use the BKB here. It's one more charge.
Oh, and they relocate on top of him. But the TP out will secure themselves the retreat. Got themselves some cheese, got an Aegis. It's all hunky-dory right now for Secret. It's actually Fata picking up the Satanic next. KB.
Yeah, just worried about Blade Mails. Only one to be concerned about on the Spectre, though. No one else able to really purchase it and be effective.
32 minutes, 12,000 net worth lead, 24-13. Ramses still struggling to try and finish off this Diffusal Blade. Only about 400 gold away, but all this is happening. They're losing no one. He doesn't have his BKB because he used it trying to escape earlier, and now nowhere left to go. They lose him again. Ramses also goes down in the mid lane. Right now, VP are crumbling.
Yeah.
Secret love it.
That will be no buyback. As you said, he's still just struggling for defusal recipes. What are the chances he has buyback? Well, about 0. Now, the Secret won't know that, but I'm sure they'll still play pretty up here as they do have their cheese available here onto Ace, and that Aegis on Fada.
Wow. Very solid performance here from Secret after falling behind in a lot of the other games, and GG's just called. They don't have an answer. Before the second tier 3 tower is even taken, VP tap out.
Yeah, this game was done. I think they just didn't really ball rolling that they were looking for with the Templar Assassin and the Shadow Demon. Ramsey's had the space. Maybe the Blade Mill was part of the issue. I kind of felt that way, you know, like, was it really that strong? But they had to fight. I guess Secret ended up winning those fights with the Blade Mill anyway, so does that mean you should have just sat back and tried to get Reigns and farm that way? I'm not sure what Virtus.pro are going to think about that, but we'll see. Yeah, they want to play it in their later series, but Secret get the much needed win. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and again, you look at what their draft and what their game was looking like leading up to this 1-4 to start all the group stages, and then they're able to pull it back, get themselves a win against VP in that one. And I would say that they had some of the tougher opponents. I think people were underrating how good Serenity really is, but
yeah, it's hard to know.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll have to watch some more of that as the day starts progressing.
Definitely,
for sure.
You know what we have next?
Who?
Mineski versus Fnatic.
Okay, a little bit of a C matchup here. The Kings of C.
I'm excited. So we are going to head to a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, but stick around because we do have Mineski versus Fnatic right after this as we continue of the TA group stages.